Ladies and gents, hello. Wait a second, just checking if it works. So yeah, hello, sorry, my second computer is out, so I can't check if it works. Anyway, welcome to Group A, Match 4. It's the 5th match, but it's Match 4. MRF versus FRL. So as you probably noticed, FRL are no longer FRL. They changed to rats because they changed faction. They went pirate. So their team composition is Trincomalee, Cerberus, and MRF, Frigate, Belpool, Surprise. That's it's a good, two very different compositions. Let's have a look at their loadouts. So these were two French teams. For rats, we're gonna call them rats. For now, it's FRL, okay? We'll probably update that. For rats, Carronade, and longs or medium on the lower deck, and Carronade on the top deck. Wait, yeah, that's it. So T.1 has mediums, and MRF are in tight formation here, using carronades on the Surprise, carronades on the Belpool, and carronades on the Frigate. So full carronade team. So that's a nice formation MRF have. So this is quite an important match, because it would decide if MRF qualifies or not. Though, if I'm not wrong, they may, however, qualify. And Quarius is just getting in, like, really aggressively here. Yeah, he's taking the Surprise, which could be a good move when you think about it, because it's a Trink versus Surprise, but I'm not sure what he intends to do. And Horail is arriving too. So will they be able to block Edward Tetch? It seems not. And there goes his bowsprit. So they get. It was a good move when you look at it, but it turns out to be, well, not that good, because they didn't manage to catch him, and he slipped away, as he has a very slippery ship. The Surprise is really a good ship to handle, easy to handle, goes upwind like a charm. And they are hugging at the time. It seems Aurel and Quarius really love each other. And meanwhile, T.1 is running for it, because he's alone versus 2, and then probably 3 in a while. So let's have a look. Ville Coyote and Thibaut took one broadside, probably, something like that. Quarius took a hell of a beating in one passage here. So, if I'm not wrong, that was very... Wait. Let's have a look. If I'm not wrong, he has the carronades. So Dim1 has the cannons, right? Okay, so this is pretty, yeah. I understand now why Dim1 was not in the fight completely. He's using his, I would guess that's medium, I think. You can see by the length of the gun, it's pretty hard sometimes, because different boats, well, the cannon goes out a bit more or a bit less, depends on the boat. So it's, you know, you need to know what boat is using what gun. You need to have, you know, have seen it to be sure. Not completely sure these are mediums or longs. So you see, Dim1 is quite in good shape, though he took a few carronades hits before, and he just took some right now from Edward Teach, but he was at a decent range, so he made more damage to Edward than he took, in fact, because of those longs or mediums. Meanwhile, Quarius is really getting a beating here. So they're very much isolated for the time being. And someone is on fire. Who is that? It's Dim1. So for those of you who don't know, the match, we had a small change in the rules, and the matches now last until battle timer hits 30 minutes. So it's, you know, it just lasts that long. That's it. Wonder if I'm actually streaming. In fact, can't seem to see the streaming. Never mind. Sorry for that. So yeah, as I said, it's interesting match, though. Well, I wonder if MRF are not qualified, whatever happens, or maybe not, but maybe not. No, I think FRL can still qualify, in fact. If they win that and TDA, they can. And if they lose, yeah, it's a complicated matter, because if MRF loses, I think they're still in the tournament, depending on the FRL versus TDA match. It's gonna be quite a complicated thing to solve. We have specific rules for that. I don't know if you guys remember, we voted, the judges and the organization voted for what rules applies first and what rules apply second, instead of ties. So the first rule in case of a tie is win versus tied opponent, meaning if you have the same points, as your opponent, if we look at the match you did against him, and the one that actually won that match gets the lead. If you both had if you did a tie, we had that, like, if you both did a tie in that match you did together, and if you are tied in points, then the BR you sunk in total takes the lead. And I'm sorry, I've been managing the streaming and talking, and very very haven't been much in the match, in fact, and I didn't even notice they were going for sales. So as you can see, Edward Teach lost his mast, and Horel lost his mast too, his center mast, so the most important one, I would say. It seems, however, Edward Teach is repairing his sails. 61, 62 he is, and Horel is not, for the time being. So yeah, tell me if in the stream if everything's okay, or if you can't hear or whatever. As I said, streaming was launched, but I don't know why it wasn't showing. I had to restart it several times, but don't worry, the video is being recorded, so you'll get the full match on replay if you missed the start. So let's have a look. So for a brief recap, both teams are almost full carronades. You can have a look at the compositions here, except for this one, who is on medium or long on lower deck, and on carronade on top deck. That's the only difference. Also, what you see, people called rats are actually FRL guys that went pirate. So you can see they have the same names, they just deleted their first character and transferred their ships, and that's all. So it shouldn't change anything. So yeah, MRF are in a way better shape. It's surprising to see how much health they have. Oh, Edward Tedge took a bit of damage on both sides. However, if I'm not wrong, Quarios took a heavy beating, especially on the right side, but he also took 50% of his left side, probably because he went almost alone to be able to get damage in with his carronades. T.1 has a medium or long, so he stayed a bit back. And you can see that Edward Tetch did repair his sails, but not completely. His topmast is he probably didn't have enough repair percentage to actually repair that top mast. So he's gonna be at 85% now, and he won't move from that. And Horel is still without his middle mast. So that could be a valid tactic, even though Quarios is low on health. If they manage to demast, yeah, they could take a lead here. And Quarios lost completely his right side. And that broadside was a bit short. Meanwhile, T.1 He missed. I don't know if those were rebounds on the planking, or if he fired a bit short. I'm not sure. Hard to tell. Wasn't close enough. And sorry for that. The Dutch are aggressive versus the Spanish tonight, it seems. That's probably why Still Sandwich isn't here. He apologizes, but tonight it was a very intense RVR night, so he asked if we could manage to only put one judge and streamer. It's you know, nations need our help, so we either go, you know, either him, either me, and so Quarriers is still at 0%, and he's going for Edward Tetch. Is he putting him in the wind? Oh, that angle was not that good. You can see he took very few damage from that. Those two broadsides could have completely wrecked him, but they didn't, because he had a really sharp angle, and probably most of the balls just bounced. Those guys are like contact. They like heavy contact. And he just took off his bowsprit. I wonder why he's not repairing. Maybe he did repair it already when he lost his... yeah, he did lose his bowsprit earlier in the game, I think. Or was it that... I can't remember. I think it was him, so maybe that's why he hasn't repaired. He can't repair, he repaired too early. So Quarius is still afloat, it seems. T.1 is in perfect condition. FRL is pretty good too. So yeah, the hard part is Quarius for the time being, but he's still waiting for his repair. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, Thibault has a sales problem, 76%, 85% for Edward, that already repaired, so he's not going up anytime soon, and 85 for Villecoyote. So yeah, it seems to be a sales game for MRF, FRL, sorry, Rats FRL. So they may they may manage something out here. It's an interesting match because for those of you who don't know, I think I said it already. I don't know if the Twitch was on or not. We changed the match timer. Match timer. The end of the match now is when the battle timer hits 30 minutes remaining. So the timer you can see up your on the screen right now. The can leave, press escape, just next to that, you know, so it's 1 hour and 7 minutes for the time being. So that means there's 37 minutes and 16 seconds left. We changed that because it, you know, for well, several reasons. We're not gonna talk about them here, but overall makes thing probably more simple for everyone. And particularly for teams that are able to, that they don't need to wait for us to tell them how many minutes are remaining. They can follow that live. And that's pretty nice from Quarius. He just, you know, oh well, that was less nice, but Too bad, too bad. He could have had two broadsides, three broadsides almost on those guys, because he's well, he's at 100% still. For the team speak, for the streaming, someone that asks, Smile of the Dead asked what cannons they had. They all have carronades, except for this one on his trink just over here in the center of the screen. The center, sorry, of the screen, who has carronades on the top deck and mediums or longs on the lower deck. I'm not able to tell you. It seems to me they're pretty short, so they could be mediums, but I'm not totally sure, because I don't play that match the Trink, so I'm not used to cannon size on her. So yeah, not totally sure, but this is an advantage for them if they manage to get those masts down a bit more. They still have 35 minutes, so we're gonna indicate that. So let's have a look again at MRF. MRF, yeah, their health is okay. Quarrios has not repaired yet. He's still using his damage broadsides to take hits, which is well, pretty clever if you think about it. I would go. If I was MRF at that point, I'm not them, and I'm not in the fight. So it's very, keep in mind, it's very hard for us that look at the stream to actually feel exactly what's going on. And it's easy to say I would do that or I would do this, but it's well, it's a lot more complicated when you're in the fight, and probably you have something going on in your mind, and you're trying to do something specific. So mind that. I would maybe go for Horel, because he's pretty weak in armor, because he's a Cerberus. Well, he's weaker than the others, and he's at 54% sales, so he won't be able to run from those carronade ships. Yeah, that could be an idea, though. Yeah, they have Aquarius is still taking hits, and he's not sinking at all. Well, he probably is taking water. Let's have a look. Yeah, he is taking water just a bit. They're going to ram each other. No, he passed T.1, and he's trying to go for Edward. Care for this sail. He'll be very vulnerable if he breaks his sails at that point. And he's going on Ville Coyote, and then Edward, is he gonna try to go in the middle? No, he's not. Yeah, he killed just one or two crew members here. T.1 is starting to suffer pretty bad. Let's have a look at the map. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Map is centered on me, not where I'm looking, so. So yeah, those two clans are pretty aggressive. You know, there are small clans that like a lot of PvP, and they usually go heads on. So that's why they're. It's always interesting matches to look at them. MRF actually beat the Roos team, which was a pretty nice match for both teams. Really good. They managed to trap Roos and made them. You know, they managed things out. They did well, but they lost versus TDA, which was very organized and managed really nice moves. FRL, however, did lose versus Roos, and still haven't played versus TDA. So FRL, meaning rats at the moment, well, they can still score 2 points and take the lead if they want. And Canio Guau captured by the Dutch. That's open world business, not tournament business. And Edward Tech is at 0 armor on one side, and they both abandon Horrell behind, which is another good option, because well, they'll be 2 on 3, well 3 on 2, and Horrell is gonna have a hard time catching up with those guys. So yeah. Oh, and they're going very hard on this one here. Oh my god. Well, that's what I call a gank. It's not literally a gang, but you know, they just jumped 3 on 1 and passed on his left side. 2 of them passed on his left side, and 1 stayed on his right side and completely shred through that armor. So he's completely out of armor. Is he gonna repair straight on? I'm guessing he's not gonna stay long without repairing, because when you have both sides... Oh, he is repairing. That's... Yeah, he is repairing. I've seen Armor move, and he's going straight for Horrell. He doesn't want to take more hits from Ville Coyote. That's why he's completely turning to angle. And look, he's been fired upon, and he took no damage. Balls just bounced off the armor. Ville Coyote was in a horrible angle here. He tried, which is good, but balls did not penetrate. So yeah, this is a really awkward match. It's like old friends just jumping into each other and destroying their selves in a one big brawl. It looks like that, at least. Edward is, I feel like he's taking a lot of water here. He's really low. And here he goes. He's down. Edward Tech is down. So... Yeah, so FRL, meaning rats, take the lead for now. It's probably gonna be a short lead, and they'll probably throw the leads at each other. Like it's gonna be one MRF goes, one rats goes, FRL, etc., etc., until the end. Probably would expect that to happen, because seeing their health, yeah, they're all pretty low on health. T.1 is stuck in the wind. trying to avoid getting killed by Villecoyote and Thibaut. That's an awkward situation. Look at that. So he's almost stuck in the wind. Villecoyote is almost stuck in the wind too. If Thibaut wants to be in a good angle to shoot at T.1, he needs to go right in the wind. So it's an awkward positions where they are all stuck in the wind to try and get him. But if Thibaut continues to turn like that, he'll eventually be in a good position to indeed penetrate. So that's not a good thing for T.1. And now he could try and turn left for him, so right for your screen, to try and avoid getting Villecoyote's broadside. So we're gonna see what it will be his move. Oh shit. I'm getting out of the battlefield. I have to stay for now. I want to see what's happening. Pretty odd. Why is he turning in that direction? Oh, because Aquarius is arriving and T.1 lost completely. Okay. And he's in crew shock. Oh my god, so those were probably grapes that Villecoyote just fired. Meanwhile, FRL is trying to come back on the combat. Let's have a small break and turn this boat back in. Come on, boy. Get back in. And Thibaut sank T.1. That's it for T.1. So let's put on that slow again. Yeah. And let's go back. Don't worry, we'll be back in the battlefield soon enough. So where are they? Darn. I hate that moment. If they don't fire... Oh yeah, there they are. Okay, so it's 1-1. Though MRF are leading at the moment because they lost a smaller ship. They lost a surprise. So, yeah. MRF are back leading this fight. Rail. And Villecoyote is in a... Yeah. Oh, that's gonna hurt for Aurel. Thibaut is on his bad side. But Aquarius is coming back for payback. Those ships are almost at the same... Yeah. Aquarius has slightly more hull at the moment. But like really, really slightly. Thibaut is in a really bad shape. Really, really bad. The Villecoyote could almost win that game on his own at that point. So that's gonna be an important broadside here. And T.1 lost his broadside. Aquarius. Damn it. Oh god. What the hell? Oh shit. Yeah. Sales was on manual, sorry. Sorry for that. Sales were on manual. I don't know why, so I just, you know, completely stopped. So it was supposed to be a matter of seconds, and now had to go 2 times. Really dumb. Come on. Ah. Keyboard. Keyboard. Stop. Thanks. Yeah, that was close, indeed. uh, usually, it's a lot easier. Where are they now? Here. Sorry that that's a lot of cut content. I'm alone judging and streaming, and as I said, as I say usually, I haven't said it at the moment, but usually I say I'm a bad streamer, which is true. I'm not a good streamer because I don't like streaming, and I'm not a streamer, actually. So people tend to get seasick when I stream because I move around like that a lot. And Thibaut is on fire. No broadside left. I wonder if he repaired yet. And Horel is done for too, so that leaves Villecoyote and Quarrios. Interesting, very interesting. So Quarrios has a bigger ship, but Villecoyote has more armor. It's gonna be a duel between both. Well, that was a decent broadside. Didn't do that much damage, but it was good broadside. Meanwhile, let's have a look at. Yeah, I can't see the burning. It's inside, so I can't see if he's actually. I think he's repairing. And crew shock again. Very nice. So those were grapes, probably. Is he gonna try and fire ship the hell out of Quarrios? That would be fun. He would instantly lose his ship, but you know, at that point he's gonna sink. So there's 17 minutes left. He's not gonna manage to survive that, except if he didn't repair. Not sure he did. He's still pretty high on the water, so he's okay. Quarrios may have to make a small break, get out of combat, wait for Thibaut to sink, if ever he sinks, and he's repairing right now. I think he is. Yeah, he is repairing. Okay, so Horel is trying to keep him damaged so he doesn't make it to the end, which is a good plan. But Horel will probably sink way before that. Look at that. He's sinking, and he has 114 men for now remaining. But yeah, he's sinking. Meanwhile, Coyote is going for Quarrios as a crew, I think. 280 crew. That's the And Coyote has 232. And there goes Aurel. So yeah. MRF are in the lead. And Thibaut just repaired. So look at him. I wouldn't say he's brand new, but he's okay now. And a frigate and a belle poule versus a trink. I wouldn't, if I was on this battle, I would rather be on the MRF side. In fact, would really give them more chance on that. They have more maneuverability. They could almost try a boarding if they want to, make sure to get Quarrios down. But nevertheless, they have almost more. Yeah, they have more health, way more health. And if you count, if you add all the cannon counts, they probably have a lot more firepower. So yeah, would have been a different story if Thibaut had sunk. But yeah, he played well here, waiting the more he could, and there goes his rudder. But he just repaired it instantly. And Quarrios' left side is out of armor. It seems he's gonna go for Thibaut. Try and finish Thibaut off. And you can see Ville Coyote is at 100% sales, and Thibaut is at 98% sales. So, yeah. They are back full sales. So Quarrios doesn't even have his advantage. Well, the advantage he had. And they're destroying his right side now, finishing him off. I wouldn't expect FRL to win that match now. At that point, it seems pretty hard to catch. Ville Coyote is defending his friend Thibaut. But does Thibaut really care? I don't know. Oh, Quarrios is he's gonna fire here. Oh, he's sinking. Yeah, he's really sinking at that point. And that's it. MRF wins. Oh, he surrendered, it seems. Did he? He did. He's still afloat. He surrendered before sinking to save his crew. So let's leave combat to enable them to leave without losing their yeah, their ships. So yeah, so little sum up here. Let me update the challenge. So MRF versus FRL. So MRF won 500 points, and in fact they sunk, surprise, 140 points, I think. So I think that's it. Submit score. So let's have a look. Okay, for Group A, TDA is first with 2 victories. 2 victories, 6 points, 780 points of BR, and they have a point difference of 640, meaning they lost very few ships and sunk a lot of ships. They have 2 wins and still 1 match to go versus FRL.
Rats Des Moines joined your channel lobby I on the server.
Second
Rats Horale joined your channel lobby I on the
just
server.
Just a second. I'll be back in a minute.
You switched to channel waiting room on the server.
So second on the group is MRF with 2 wins and 1 lose. They're second, even though they have 800 points for now, for one small reason. That's because they played all their match, as TDA has not. So yeah, they have the same score, but TDA still has a match, so you know, he's first for now. If he loses without sinking any ships, MRF will maybe be top. Well, no, who won MRF versus TDA? TDA won, so yeah, I think TDA will stay first, whatever happens. And yeah, FRL can still win 1 match, but it's pretty much TDA and MRF qualified on Group A. So yeah, thanks for watching, and remember, the group stage finishes in a few days, the Sunday, I think. Last matches are Sunday 11th. So yeah, next stage, final stage, will be probably live on the 12th of next week. Thanks for watching, and see you then.